think my LinkedIn account will have to reconnect, so we weren't able to go live on. We were actually on time for one. Joel was here, James was here. But good morning, everyone. I got Laura. As you can see, Lauren is a little running a little late, so she'll be here. She had to make a run to Home Depot. But yes, we got Meet the School Member Wednesday. So Joel, we'll dig into your style. I know you've been traveling, interviewing people. But James Hillis, welcome, man.
Hello, good to be
So,
here.
yeah, so James is in school, part of the One Rental at a Time community. Joined school probably about a couple months ago. But James, give us a quick spill on who you are, where do you invest, and how long have you been doing it?
Uh, 57 in Chattanooga, Tennessee, the armpit of the South, and bought bought my first house by accident. Well, sort of by accident in 2000, um, and currently have a three-bedroom, two bath, and just looking to buy the next one. Started doing construction straight out of high school. I tried a little bit of college. It just wasn't my thing. I'm more of a hands-on learner, and that kind of started the career. And I love motorcycles, so I started racing motorcycles for a little while, and then '08 happened, and all the money disappeared, and went back into construction.
Interesting. Yeah, and you did send me a little bio about your background, and you did want to warn everyone. You're from the South, I guess, and you grew up on George Carlin and Sanford and Son. So we're just letting everyone know, and hopefully we don't get canceled today, but it should be a fun one.
Yeah.
But
So
before we dig into it, Joe, real quick, I know you've been somewhere traveling. What you got upcoming for your channel and everything right now?
Yeah, so I had a personal trip that I had planned to visit some friends and some family in Denver, and I was able to intermingle some interviews in. I was able to meet up with Jeff and Suleika and interviewed them, and they had just finished their 10th house hack. And I've seen them up front and personal in Vegas, and obviously from afar, watching online. Again, their handle on Instagram is PTO for life, and we were able to dig into their story, and it just mind-boggling. Almost, it reminded me a little bit of Curtis's story with living in, a 200 square foot unit with no bathroom, because they were quote unquote house hacking. And there was one scenario early on where they were living upstairs. There was a downstairs that was kind of separated off, and so renting by the room, and they were sharing the upstairs with three other guys. So Jeff and Suleika married, and then sharing a bathroom with three other, individual single guys, and some stories along those lines. But yeah, they, basically won every year and had their own kind of navigating and journey, and buying the next one, turn the one to the rental. And the one they just bought this year was, um, two single houses, zoned two family, but two individual houses, not like an AD that's small, but like two actual houses, 5 bedrooms, and then a 4 bedroom. And they're gonna live in the upstairs by themselves, all alone this time. But the basement's gonna be rented out, and then the other structure is gonna be rented by a sober living house, or sober living entity. And so they got that lined up that when they leave in a year, they'll take over the other side too. So they've got a kind of a cool relationship built up there. So yeah, it's just an amazing story, and they're just doing it. And Suleika retired, and Jeff quit his job, and now he's a full-time realtor, and they're just doing it. So I had a lot of fun. Went to a Rockies game, went to the mountains, did a pub crawl, did some
Very cool.
bowling.
Yeah,
So
Jeff and Suleika, a big part of the community. I believe they spoke year two. So, oh no, was it year two? Yeah, I believe they spoke in year two. But there is some little housekeeping to take care of. So I think Zuber mentioned it this morning on his daily financial. If you folks can, his wife Olivia has started a YouTube channel. So there is her
oh,
YouTube channel there. So go check it out. Please subscribe. And there is James's Instagram and YouTube channel. So if you want to connect with him, see some of the work that he's putting out there, go connect with James on social media. And also, there is Old Guy REI's new print on demand channel for merchandise. So you can pick up some cool merchandise, Old Guy REI. I believe there's one says what ask the old guy or something like that. But go check it out definitely. But James, let's dig into your story a little bit so more people in the community can know about what you're doing, your story. But let's kind of go back to you getting your or building homes back in 1990, I guess. So what can you take away from then and that you're implementing now in today's kind of real estate market?
Well, that company that I worked for then, they only built 100% custom homes um, on the mountains around Chattanooga. So it was very eye-opening to see at 19 years old how much money people actually had. When you go into a house that's, was built in the late 1800s and it's 4 stories tall and it has an elevator in it and it's all original and they're spending the money to have the entire house redone. It just really opened my eyes to actually how much money there is out there. And by working with that company, it also started me in the very beginning to do everything correct the first time and do it quality.
I also want to dig into because I think I hear it from like Emily, Jim, the grumpy contractor, people that are a little more hands-on. Even Frank, like contractor background.
Right.
How is that maybe helping or making it difficult to be a real estate investor and maybe delegate duties and work on things you're investing in?
It helps a lot because being that way, you can just look at things and you know how much things are going to cost. So it makes it very easy to gauge the scope of work and then also know hidden things like, once again, real estate is local to your area. So in Chattanooga, if you have an older house, and it has siding on the outside with plaster on the inside, you probably want to stay away from it because it probably has termites. If it has brick on the outside and plaster on the inside, you're probably okay. There's just little things like that. But the licensing helps you a lot. And then, like my license in Tennessee, I don't know how it is in other states, but in Tennessee they have what's called a limited licenses. That's what I have, which means basically I went to a class for 2 Saturdays in a row and then got a financial review and they gave me my license. So I didn't have to do any test work like you do for a normal contractor's license and all that. But the downside of that is I'm limited to building $130,000 at a time. So 10 years ago, when $130,000, you could build a really nice house for 130, but they have not indexed that 130 to inflation. So $130,000 now, I'm pretty much limited to about 1,100 square feet.
Huh. Brady Morgan, who's in, I always forget, Wyoming, right? Or Montana?
I think
Wyoming.
North Carolina, right?
No, not Brady. Brady's towards Emily's area. Custom builds in the mountains. Now you're talking my language. And then Gus says, "Good to see you on, James. Good morning." So Gus was on yesterday. We also had a new member join us yesterday. Was Mo. That was a fun one. We dug into some of the reels and clips. So might share those later after if we get all of James's story out there, so people can connect him. But definitely, Joe, you got any questions real quick for James?
Not yet.
So James, talk also about. I mean, it seems like you've done quite a bit. I think you Bible sales you did, right? Motorcycles. So how does that all relate to real estate?
Well, it doesn't really, but that's just the story that's your life story. I'm a big believer in life experience over book experience, book knowledge. So I had my first motorcycle when I was 12. So I've always liked motorcycles forever and ever and ever. So I worked construction, like I said, and then I got interested in racing motorcycles. So I raced, I want to say semi-professional for I don't know, 10 years. And I traveled the country doing that. And it really, really got my bug going for traveling and just seeing places. So I've raced everywhere from Miami to Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin to Laguna Seca, California, Portland, Oregon, and then everywhere in between. That was really fun. But in 08, when everything kind of fell apart, the money went away that was helping sponsor me. So, you got no money, you got to figure something else out. So, my family started a religious bookstore selling Bibles and curriculum and things back in the early 90s. That was their way of being missionaries because they physically couldn't do it. So they were used to doing that to help support the missionaries and things in churches. So they needed help. They had no outside sales. So basically, I had a Sprinter van and I would load it up. And for 50 weeks a year, I would travel and go around to different colleges and churches and events and advertise and sell Bibles and things.
Well, before we dig into that a little bit more, Lauren, who's not here, is kind of poking jabs at Joel. She says he's in Wyoming, just laughing. But I see Captain Brian Waters here. Go check out his putting a lot of social media content. He has a rental property playbook also in school, but he'll be speaking at Bigger Pockets in October. But he is asking, do you help investors in the Chattanooga market with the rehab side of BRRRR? He's probably looking for some of his students, maybe.
I do. Right now, I've got one guy out of Nashville that's about 95% of all my business.
All right. So Captain Brian, you can reach out to James. I'll put his media also. So you talked about traveling for the Bible sale. I mean, you're talking all over the country or kind of just in that home? Wow.
Yeah, it's once again, I've gone all the way to as far as New Hampshire, Miami, California, Texas.
Sorry, I'm just getting some back feed. So as usual, it's Joel's thing. Every time I mute, just not. I don't know if you're hearing it, but I'm hearing it. But
yeah, I can hear
it. Captain Waters says, "Yeah, let's connect." So yeah, I'll shoot you guys the information after. Joe, anything for you right now? Or can you hear me? Or
do you know sign language?
Okay, my system was frozen on me. Okay, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, first off, I mean, Lauren, to throw a comment out there when she's supposed to be on here, like to be commenting when you're supposed to be showing your face. Come on, Lauren, do better. No, so but the building of the house, building houses along the way. Does that mean that you're building houses right now for your own portfolio, or what are you doing right now?
That is my goal. Our goal right now. Our goal right now is to save enough money because I'm limited to $130,000 on a build, and that's supposed to include the land and everything. We are going to save cash to buy lots and pay for the lot with cash, and then build a house. And I can build a decent 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,300 square foot for a little bit less than 130.
Okay.
It's tight.
How can you increase that amount? Is there a way to increase?
So to increase that, I have to go take all the testing, and then they base how much you can build is 10 times your net worth. So if your net worth is $10,000, they'll only let you build 100,000.
And is that a kind of a pain in the ass to do?
It is a pain because when you go to do your taxes, now you're in a whole different league. So you have to actually pay around $2,000 a year just to have your taxes done. Where right now I'm paying just standard sole proprietor.
Mm.
Your insurance goes up, all your regulations go up.
Is it so? It sounds like there's costs associated to it, but is it like a pain from a like you'd have to study more? Like there's just a lot of information that you'd have to.
Yeah. So the license I have is funny because you sit through 2 full Saturdays, you sit through like 20 hours of classroom. There's no tests, there's none of that, and they give you a certificate. And they're like, "Here you go. You can go do whatever you need, but you cannot exceed 130,000." So, which is kind
Like
of
being a
crazy.
lender. No, I'm just. I don't think Joe heard me.
It don't matter.
Or real estate agents,
Yeah.
kind of same.
But like I said in the beginning, if you haven't heard, there is James's YouTube and Instagram platforms. You can go reach out, see what he's doing. I think your YouTube has a lot of your work that you're doing, your projects, right?
Yeah, when I can post something, I typically do that.
And then just a little favor also from Zuber, like he mentioned on his daily financial news this morning. His wife Olivia has started a YouTube channel. So if you haven't, please go jump over there, subscribe, leave her a nice comment if you can. And if you're looking to pick up some merchandise, definitely go check out Frank Old Guy REI's new merchandise store. A lot of cool stuff there. I think even customizable. You can put some different text on there that fits whatever your message wants to be. But yeah, so you said, like I said, you talked about kind of starting as a general contractor, working on other people's projects. But how did you really want to jump in on yours, starting your own?
Okay, well, so when I left selling Bibles, I went to work for a company, and we were building out office spaces in downtown, doing strictly commercial work. And the boss liked to hunt deer, so he went hunting for a week, and he came back, and the guy that was in charge obviously didn't do what he was supposed to do. So we all had a meeting, everybody got yelled at, and some of the people were yelling back at the boss, how things get when stuff gets heated like that. And the boss just looked at everybody and he goes, "You all can do all the exact same stuff I do. The only difference is I have a license." And that just kind of clicked in my head. And I was like, I just need to go get a license. And that was at the point, because I knew at that point his son was in college, and his son was house hacking, he bought the house for his son to live in and rent with 4 other guys while he's in college. And that I saw how that was working with the money and everything, and that just got me moving in that direction.
Huh. And that's so. What year was this again? Though you said like the house hack, you noticed? 'Cause
Well, the commercial stuff was about 12 years ago.
Oh, okay. Let's see what I got here. So what? So I guess so. What are you kind of lessons are you learning kind of from the even like the Bible sales side to your real estate journey? How can you relate all of that for investors today?
If you just slow down and get rid of all your distractions, everything really relates to everything. The same way you operate for each thing really can be applied to each and every thing, no matter what you're doing.
Lauren's logging in right now, but she does say you did Bible sales for 50 weeks a year. Is that a
Yep,
pretty
I
accurate?
was on the road for 50 weeks a year.
That is wild. I can't imagine doing that.
I love to travel.
Yeah, but so wait, so okay, so would you say you went to well, maybe not Hawaii, but did you go to every state in those?
It did not go to every state. There's not a lot of Bible sales in Portland or up in that area.
Hmm.
there's not a whole lot of.
Yeah, just don't say it. We don't want to get canceled here. I know what direction you're heading in that, but
But the
uh,
Northeast, all along the East Coast, and Texas, Oklahoma, all in that area, there's plenty of sales, plenty of business.
before we went live, also we were kind of talking a little bit off camera, and a lot of people may know that Dion is leaving kind of some of those that area you kind of just were talking about, and he was looking at Tennessee, and that was at the top of his list at one point, but it looks like he has settled on Texas. But talk about maybe Tennessee and the area Dion was looking at and that market, and maybe do you agree with some of the things he was saying, and maybe why he moved towards Texas as far as his number one choice?
Well, when he kind of hurt my feelings when he first said what he said, but then I had to stop and just step back and look and analyze what he was saying and get outside of my little bubble. And yeah, there is Chattanooga area. There is no flat ground. Everything's on a hill. If it's flat, it probably floods. And the areas that he was referring to are like 30 to 40 minutes up the interstate, which is not that big of a deal. But for somebody, the majority of the people, I don't know if it's just Chattanooga, but the majority of people, they never go more than 20 minutes from where they live. Typically their work or the grocery store is the furthest they drive until they go on vacation. So I started looking at. Oh, she's
I was
here.
gonna say, is Chattanooga like a gateway area as well to the mountains there? A lot of nature around, or
Yeah. Chattanooga is really kind of people don't talk about it. We have so many hiking trails here. We have mountain bike trails, horse trails. The 30 minutes up the road is where they had the Olympics for the whitewater, all the whitewater kayak and all that.
wow.
We have you probably don't know what a trials motorcycle is.
Mm-mm.
But that is, you go 20 minutes the other direction, and we have the United States. I don't know if it's Olympic or not, but it's every year they have a huge event at that facility, and it's basically a motorcycle. And do you know what bouldering is? Climbing?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically bouldering, but you're on a motorcycle.
Wow.
It's a crazy thing to sit and watch. So
Yeah, I didn't even know how you could do that. Slow.
it's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, Oneida Hider does say that's wild to confine oneself to like a 40-minute or so radius.
Yep. That is the majority of people.
Chris Webb says we did a cross-country trip from Virginia to Idaho and are doing another one from Idaho to Florida this summer. Driving is time-consuming, but can be unbelievable. 10 days from Virginia to Idaho, taking 15 to Florida. Huh. Interesting.
Wow, you're taking your time on that.
Well,
but he's enjoying it. That's the thing is, if
Lauren,
you take a road trip,
you're
you have
Idaho
to enjoy
and Florida too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you drive that or no?
Never. Never. I'm not a road tripper though. I'm more like fly, get me there. I want to enjoy the destination.
Yeah, like Flavio driving from Washington to Vegas for the event.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Crazy.
Like 16 hours or something. I forget. But yeah, that was wild.
16 hours of windshield time?
Yeah.
Or 16 hours total?
Driving.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In the seat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or on his donkey. But yeah, he drove. He rode there. Joel, Lauren, you got any questions real quick or?
Yeah, the only the main thing I've heard about Chattanooga is like the short-term rental market. I know a couple people who bought some Airbnbs there.
Yeah.
Is it a good market for that, or what is
Um,
that aspect of it?
so this is another thing that people don't understand about Chattanooga. Chattanooga is the nuclei of Hamilton County. So if you went in a circle around Chattanooga, there are 10 different cities. So if you're driving through, you would think it was all Chattanooga. So each one of those cities has a different regulation.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
but the city of Chattanooga itself has gotten pretty ridiculous on their short-term rentals.
And I'm not sure if Lauren read your little bio I sent to them, but you did start a short-term rental, right, for your parents? You did.
Yes. So about 10 years ago, my parents were they were getting on up there in age, and their health was starting to decline. So in a way to foresee future possible expenses, I converted their attic into a 1-bedroom efficiency apartment and put in an exterior entrance and a whole nother side driveway. And started doing that on Airbnb and just putting that money back and just kept putting it back.
That's great.
And is it regulated strictly the short-term rentals in the area that you're in, or how does that work?
That's a good question because I don't know.
I have a feeling you don't listen to it. You just kind of do it
I
on your
don't.
own.
I don't listen to anybody. I'm a person that asks for forgiveness.
This is just popped to me, and I don't know if Joe and Lauren would think the same, but for some reason, I see Gran Torino when I see you. I see Clint Eastwood and Gran
Oh,
Torino,
totally.
right? I don't. I'm
Now
like,
that you say it.
yeah. I was like, this is great. Just
Yeah,
Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino.
that's kind of that. I can see that. I usually get the man from Up.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. But Josh Burdick does say that's the best kind of trip. I've driven from Spokane to Florida a few times in our RV. Well, that's a little different, right? I think if you're in an RV and just driving, but Craig Parsons is asking if Josh Burdick is in Spokane. Yeah. And then, hey, so like I said, Frank is here. I'll throw his link to his print on demand. Hold on, I'll throw it in the chat again. So if you want to pick up some merchandise, definitely go check it out. I think they are customizable, he said too, so you can always change the text on them. But which is don't like first have two battles. Yeah.
Hey James,
Yep.
what do you know about McDonald, Tennessee? I got a friend of mine that's been trying to sell a 10,000 square foot short-term rental property out there.
What?
McDonald, if you are a type of person who likes to be by yourself and basically be able to walk around your yard outside with no clothes on and nobody see you, that's the place to go.
So it's a nudist colony.
So Joel's gonna buy it
No,
now.
I'm just saying you have that kind of privacy.
There's nobody there.
There is nobody there. You are, but the thing is, that McDonald is definitely in the path of progress because it sits between Cleveland and Chattanooga, and Cleveland is growing. That's where Dion was looking. Cleveland is growing rapidly, and Chattanooga is growing rapidly, and I'm going to say in the next 3 years they will probably merge. And McDonald's right there.
That quickly?
Yes.
Wow.
And McDonald is right there. I mean, it's got to be something that has its own post office. So I think that's the only thing there, though.
10,000 square feet is a lot in a place that small.
You guys got any questions or? because if I still want to dig into the short-term rental a little bit, because
Yeah.
I know. So it's not. It wasn't also. Well, I don't want to say. I'm sure it was for generating more income, but the reason kind of behind it is your parents, right? Kind of health
Yeah,
care costs and getting older.
to take care of them. So my dad worked for the state of Tennessee, building bridges for the interstate system. He retired with a good pension, but my mom never worked. So basically, when he retired, the only thing they had to live off of was his Social Security and his pension. And now that he's passed, I'm glad that I started the short term when I did, because that has basically kept my mom from having to downgrade her lifestyle because of that. And when I started this, if you were an owner occupant, short-term rental was not a problem anywhere. But they've gone through, man, I don't know how many times they've changed the laws on short-term rentals now. It's just to the point that I don't look. It's
So they're trying to regulate it more and just make it harder, more strict.
yeah, and they moved it from owner occupants, and then they moved it to it could only be in a what they deemed a commercial zone. So if you had a house in a commercial area, in a C zoning, you could apply for your permit and have your permit. But now I think now if it's the next door neighbor complains on you, even if you have a thing or whatever, you have your certificate, they still hassle you about it. So
Harrison Trey Better 99 is asking James, what is the biggest draw to Chattanooga? What makes you excited for the next 30 years?
If you're an outdoor enthusiast, this is the place. There's a reason that we have an Ironman every year here. There's a reason that we have so many climbing competitions, triathlons. You could hike a new trail every week, and I would say in 10 years you would never hike the same trail.
Wow.
We've got mountain bike. Everybody here just loves the outdoors. We've got a river, we've got mountains, and also you're 2 hours in a car, you're 2 hours to Atlanta, you're 2 hours to Nashville, 2 hours to Knoxville, 2 hours to Birmingham. During the winter, I know it's the South, don't give me a hard time. In 3 hours, you can go skiing, where the Tennessee and North Carolina meet. There's a lot of skiing up there. 6.5 hours, you're in Savannah on the beach. It's just a really good, tiny little spot. If you don't want to be in a big city, this is the place to be.
Yeah, I haven't been to Chattanooga yet, but definitely, yeah, like that somewhat kind of region area, like the North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina area. That's probably where I'm going to spend a lot of time in my, retirement years, if you want to say. Chris,
So
Speaking,
now,
I was just gonna say, I live in St. Louis. I am not an outdoor person. I'm a city boy. But I went hiking for the first time in the mountains, and I absolutely loved it. In the high altitude, I did okay. No sprained ankles. It was great.
Yep.
I would definitely do it again.
I can't believe that's your first time hiking.
Yep, I've never been skiing before. I got a lot of things to do in my life.
You are a city
Catch up on.
boy.
Yep.
Chris Webb does say, yes, I am taking my time, and I think that is why I enjoy the trip. US says unreal landscape, even central Wyoming, like Emily's area. To see it in person is unlike any picture. A Kansas, Tennessee, and Colorado sunset are all unique. Yep. Hyder's saying, tell me more about the hunting, bow hunting particular.
Sit on your front porch and hunt. I mean, people, it's not uncommon for someone to literally hunt in their backyard because it's not illegal to do it inside the city limits. You just have to be so many feet from government property and so many feet from the road.
Craig Parsons, he's also kind of a newer member in school. He's in Idaho. I'm pretty sure, I forget, but I'm pretty sure he's Idaho. So Lauren, maybe you should connect with him. But he says, sorry, you can't call anything in the Appalachians skiing.
That's so sad. It's snow.
Let's see. That's all we got right now. Anything else you guys got right now on this? I definitely I think the importance, like you're talking about, the short-term rental for your parents, the healthcare and whatnot. I think that's because that's kind of the situation, not from a financial standpoint for my parents. They have the pension has worked out well for them and that type of thing. But their age, right? And now it's like I'm back home carrying, every day is I'm an Uber driver now. I said is my new job it's taking them to doctor appointments or Costco runs or picking up. Yeah, so it's definitely a different type of concern, I guess, as with aging parents, right? So let's see.
I have a question about the 1,300 square feet at a time. So is that like you can be working on 1,300 square feet at a time, or is that just for like new build? You can be building it. How does
No, the license is limited to $130,000.
Oh, 130,000. Okay.
So, and then like I was saying, there's so many different cities around Chattanooga. Like the city of Chattanooga, if you go to pull a building permit, they base their permit off of $150 a foot. So you're limited. So that gives me what, 900 square feet, 800 square feet, something in that ballpark.
So if you're doing a rehab, is that like, can you rehab that portion of the house? Like, oh, I'm just doing a kitchen.
Sure, if you're pulling a permit.
What about the, you guys
But
have
if you're
basements?
not.
And here's the next thing is the city of Chattanooga only has 2 plumbing inspectors, 2 electrical inspectors. So there's so much going on. They can't get to everything. A lot of times they'll walk in and they'll look at the permit and they'll see the plumber or the electrician or whoever pulled the permit. And if they know that person, they know they do the work, they won't even look at the work. They'll just sign the ticket. Here you go.
I love it. Wild, Wild West.
It truly is.
Hyder does say if you can sit on your front porch and hunt, it only gets better from there. Lane 5, who I'm waiting for his next video to drop on his YouTube channel. He keeps messing around with his thumbnail, but just throw it out there, man. But he says we drove past Lookout Mountain in Georgia and through Chattanooga on our way back from San Antonio a couple of years ago. It's a gorgeous place. It's on our bucket list to go back and spend some time. Hey, Brian's here. Hope everything's going well in Virginia, Brian. I know he's also investing in Pittsburgh. Hopefully his turn has went well. Got that all done. Let's see what else. Oh, Harrison is asking, what does the small multi-market look like in this area? It is on the list for us as a Virginia alternative.
It almost doesn't exist. So Chattanooga is basically a lot of houses that were built in the 40s and 50s post World War II. And then we had a big boom in the 80s. And everything that is coming now is like institutional money. And all they're doing is building 100-unit complexes and just massive multifamily. The problem is we don't have any flat land. So if you're going to build something multifamily, you typically have to go up, and it's going to be on a slope. So you're going to have basically your foundation work is going to be double what it normally is. and converting, but I am seeing a lot of things come on the market that have been sitting for years that are multifamily that have not been lived in like 10 or 15 years. And people are now starting to sell those. And when I look them up on Landglide, they're owned by somebody in New York State or somebody in California who probably never saw the property. They just bought it because it was a good deal.
Yeah, I think it's very important to kind of know your market, know your area, right? So even like they had the meetup last September in Pittsburgh, and it looks like Jack is going to put another one together this year. But that was probably one of the biggest comments is it's very hilly. People didn't realize.
Oh, it's
how-
hilly.
Well, they knew it was hilly, but they didn't realize how hilly it was. And I
Yeah, and I
guess
think that's what drove Dion away, was because it is so hilly. Most of your roads are like a lane and a half, so you have to pay attention when you're driving. They don't spend any money on paint for lines on the road. It's just asphalt.
Mhm.
What?
It's mountain
Yeah,
roads.
it's just it's just a 12-foot wide asphalt strip, and you just gotta kind of pay attention.
Yeah. So Joe, that's kind of why Dion was saying like,
Yep.
like it would take, the city is fine, but then when you get off to these back roads and you got to get somewhere, it's like this short distance might take you 20 minutes because you got to keep pulling over, you got to keep navigating. Like one person got to pull over, so that was kind of like, man, this is the infrastructure on, these smaller areas was kind of what pushed him away from Tennessee.
Yeah, or you have a tiny little 1-lane road, and the hill's like this off the side of the road, and they've got a house like this, and there's no parking. So the people they park in the ditch on halfway on the road. It's
What?
Hey, yeah. So Brian, like I said, he's in Virginia, but he invests in Pittsburgh also, or both places, I should say. But yeah, definitely. I think Jack, as of now, is planning September 18th for the Pittsburgh meetup. And my plan, I don't know, tentatively right now, is I'm trying to go meet up with Val in North Carolina for the Bears Panthers game on September 13th. So go to Charlotte first and then head up to Pittsburgh after. But that is my tentative plans right now. But Lane 5 says, how does the Chattanooga terrain and weather compare to the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Tennessee terrain?
it's very similar. I say it's very similar. There are parts of Chattanooga that are exactly like Pigeon Forge, and then there are parts of Chattanooga that are like Nashville or Atlanta. They're just very flat, very rolling.
Hyder says, how do people navigate without paint on the road to tell them where to be?
There's a lot of 4-wheel drives, a lot of winches. A lot of people get pulled out. A lot of I will say though that the tow trucks around here stay very busy.
Brian says, fun story. Last time I drove up there, I was behind a semi where the driver fell asleep and flipped his truck on a turn. Not a fan of getting there, but it's nice. So just to that point, and driving is driving. I mean, a lot of people, drive to get from point A to point B, but they don't realize like paying attention to so many, like looking, far ahead to see you, and even like just having a semi truck right like next to you. You really don't want to be driving like behind the semi truck or next to it, right? You want
No.
yeah. So what people aren't really paying attention a lot of times. So definitely, like you don't want to be behind it because you can't really see in front of you, in the distance, right? And definitely you don't want to be next to it, so you get ahead or but yeah, just keep that in mind, people. And Lane 5, Eastern Tennessee is country to the core. Lines on roads are just a suggestion, Joel.
That's correct. As well
Hey,
as stop
John Litz is
signs,
here.
red lights, any of that other road stuff. It's all suggestions. Speed limits.
Hey, so John Litz is here, Deconstructing Dreams. I'm not sure if you connected with him before, James, or even you, Lauren, but you should check out John's listing in Reno, his Airbnb. He put in like $90K for his new unit. So it's a
Nice.
Game of Thrones theme. It's
Whoa.
super cool. Ray, actually also from the community, went out there to take photos. So it's a super cool listing. He did kind of run into a hiccup a little bit. So he thought he was going to have two separate Airbnbs, like he had a up down and an upstairs. And what he realized was, even as much soundproofing as he tried to put in, having people upstairs just created too much noise for the downstairs. So I think he's going to do it as one Airbnb unit instead. But you
Yeah.
always got to be able to pivot, right?
Yeah, he comments on my Facebook stuff. Supporter,
Yeah,
right?
John. No,
Supporter.
John. Yeah, John is cool, man. John definitely.
I'm like Lauren.
Yeah, I've never seen anything on your Facebook.
It's great.
Yeah. It would be great to share it. When I tag you guys too, right? If you guys share it on social media. But Lauren puts flower reels instead on her page. But
Well, it's just a little story about how beautiful Renee
I'm just playing.
Wait, on Facebook or on Instagram?
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, to my get away from the semi, I see people just hanging out. Yeah, like people sometimes are just like driving right next to the semi, and it's just like, man, get away from those things.
yeah. Bring a book, a good book. Stop off the road. Let the guy get ahead of you, and just read a book.
That's not how they do it here. They use the pedal on the right.
So white knuckle it and try to pass them.
That's right. You just floor it, go around them.
Okay.
It's all a suggestion.
Mhm.
I like it.
Oh yeah, Harrison said we have all seen Final Destination 2. I stay away from semi. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so Chris Webb is saying, yeah, from the island guy explaining semi truck. Well, that's because when I go to North Carolina and I drive in North Carolina and Tennessee, but part of that too is I always tell people actually driving the fire truck has made me such a better driver, and even to that point. So we have the regular engine trucks, and then you have the ladder trucks, right? And I always tell people driving the ladder truck definitely makes you a better driver because it's so much bigger. There's more things you always got to be aware of. Like actually driving the engine to me is kind of dangerous because it almost drives like a car now. With the way fire trucks are made, it's so much easier to drive and maneuver that even like driving and I think that's why that you see probably more accidents on the engines because the speed is higher and they're probably a little more reckless, I should say, driving it. But with the ladder trucks, because of the length and the size, I think guys are more cautious, when they're driving the ladder trucks. Let's see. Yeah, anything else you guys want to dig into about James's story? What do we? Oh, you guys want to talk about his shows he watched growing up, like Sanford and Son or comedians or?
Oh, I was going to ask about the Bible sales. So you do that for a number of years, 50 weeks in a year. What's the craziest thing you experienced? Like what worked, what didn't work, what sales tactics, what scripts, what's your opener? Like what was it successful? Were you selling stuff? Were you breaking records?
The easiest, the best sales I had were the ones where I was like, hey, let me know if you need anything. That was it.
Okay, so here's to know how I guess successful or how good you were at it. Would you be able to sell a Bible to Dion?
I think I probably could. I probably have two. I know of two Bibles that I carried that he would probably be interested in.
Ah, interesting.
One was the Satanic Bible.
You
That's just a
actually
joke.
sold?
Yeah. So that's people are shocked by that, but people in the ministry would actually buy that and read it and use it so they would have the information to be able to talk to someone to
Mm.
understand where they're coming from.
Interesting.
So you can kind of apply that same thing if you're a renter, so you know how to talk to the renter as opposed to talking to him like a landlord, which Dion does a good job of that.
I think Val's getting offended that we're talking about trucks. He's a truck driver. He's all this big truck talk. But Val, chime in about the trucks, man. I'm sure when you're driving, it must drive you nuts too. But just the people driving around you. I think that would probably drive me crazy. And part of that too is I think people don't. So sometimes you might be, if you're driving a big truck, you're like maybe on the line a little bit, right? And people that don't realize it, they're like honking at you, like, "What are you doing? You're kind of veering into," and it's like you got to realize like how big these vehicles are when they're turning. But anyway, that's a whole different stuff. But Harrison's saying, James, what are your motorcycles of choice? Are you a cruiser, racer, off-road?
No. I am definitely a road racer all the way. So definitely, 180, 190 miles an hour, and then lean over, put your knee on the ground,
Whoa.
put your elbow on the ground.
With like pads on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Adrenaline junkie.
Well, I don't know about that.
Big Val says, I'll drive at night, so it's not that bad anymore. But I did do Brooklyn and DC and Baltimore, a different atmosphere for sure. Yeah. All right. Anything else you got? Like I said, I want to know more. Like, I don't even know about Joe and Lauren. Like, but James did talk about some shows that I guess he grew up on and his comedians he listened to. So he wanted to warn everyone. That's why ahead of time, kind of maybe
people are just too soft nowadays. If somebody gets offended, that's right. They got offended. I didn't get offended.
I'm gonna have to find the name of Clint Eastwood in that movie. That is gonna be when I see you in Vegas in January. I'm gonna call you that. You look like a Ducati racer, Harrison is saying.
I like Ducati, but I like Aprilia better.
Joel, Lauren, like what TV shows did you guys grow up? Because or James mentioned what, Sanford and Son, right? Richard Pryor, George Carlin, what comedians?
Yeah.
I grew up in the 90s, so
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so offended.
Yeah, some good music though. There was some decent music in the 90s.
I didn't grow up with TV. My parents were kind of like, I grew up in, yeah. I was just talking about this the other day because my mom was here visiting and she was, my boyfriend was asking something similar, like, oh, what shows did you watch? And my mom was like, she didn't have a TV. We lived in Idaho, which Coeur d'Alene was more rural back then. And we were outside playing outside, right? I had horses, so riding horses.
Well, what for you, Joel? What in the 90s? What is that? What shows would that be that you grew up on? That?
My goodness.
I mean, like some of the cartoons. As a young kid, the cartoons like Voltron, He-Man,
Power Rangers.
That was after my time.
Oh,
I was already in high school by then. So then you had like the WB, some shows that we would watch.
Oh yeah.
A little bit Dawson's Creek was something along the way.
Mm-hmm.
We all loved Joey. We were all in love with Joey. So I mean,
well, who's that? Katie Holmes? Is that Joey? Who's Joey?
Yeah, Katie Holmes.
John says, crazy when the Honda Civic cuts off the big rigs. Those trucks can't stop on a dime. Yep. How about $6 Million Man? Oh,
there you go.
Lauren. You have no idea what that is, yeah?
No.
Joe, do you
Lee
know?
Majors.
Yeah, you don't know what that is either, Joe.
Mm-mm.
I think that's probably like right. Yeah, I probably only know like a little bit about that. Like that's kind of the.
What is that, a movie or a show? What is it?
It's a TV show.
Mm.
It's the one he made the sound right when he was running. Yeah.
What was the show with Lorenzo Lamas? Renegade?
Oh yeah. But that was the
Renegade.
80s. What was like late 80s
That was
maybe,
that
right?
was
Early
90s.
90s. Yeah.
That was 90s. And then there was Highlander. Those are like TNT.
Highlander.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Highlander.
Adrian
Yeah,
Paul.
but Highlander was from the movie though in the 80s, right? And the movie was the 80s, right? Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the show.
Where did it go? Harrison says aging myself. I watched George Carlin as a train conductor on Thomas the Tank Engine. Wait, was he like a regular on it, or that was like a special?
I think he made just a couple of. I think he made just a couple of appearances on that.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, he was very controversial in his day, but you watch his stuff now, and you're like, that he's dead on. He's exactly that's 100% correct.
Yeah. Well, like we were talking, I think we were talking about the other day, like Married with Children would never make it on TV today, right? Married with Children. What else?
Yeah.
What else was that time? Yeah. But speaking of Clint Eastwood, James, are you a Kelly's Heroes fan?
Who?
Kelly's Heroes?
I don't know that one.
Let me see a movie. No. Oh yeah, Clint just turned 96 3 days ago. Craig is saying, Investor Lauren, are you still in or near Coeur d'Alene, I believe?
Nope. I live in Sun Valley now. Southern Idaho.
I still thought that was something else at first.
My mind went too.
Yeah. Hey, so Gus says Power Rangers is epic. I was in second grade.
When did you get your first TV, Lauren? Like, you mean like the household didn't have any TVs? Like no TV in the house?
Yeah, until I was in probably like 8th grade, just before I went into high school, we got our first TV.
I mean,
no wonder you're like
love it? Did you like it?
Yeah, then Friends was on at that time. So I came and I got it and I was like, oh my gosh, Friends, I love this. And that was like the only thing that I ever watched. But we did have a like one of those standalone TVs that had like a VHS player in it. So you could plug that in and go to Blockbuster and rent a VHS every once in a while. Like you could rent a movie or something, but yeah.
Can I throw something out there that's like off the wall?
No, not at all.
It's Wacky Wednesday for a reason.
Okay, so I haven't talked about this at all. It's still kind of new. But does anybody use PropStream on this channel? If you do, let me know, because I'm kind of part of a startup with some IT people and some MIT AI people. And we're building a software that's sort of a competitor to PropStream and finding properties. And there's matching engines and intelligence and blah, 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 blah. But we're looking for some people to test the software.
Do you get the ban also that you were having at one point when you sign up?
This band?
Yeah, the one that never happened.
I'll throw it in there. I have them. I'll throw them in there.
It's like, I'm sending this link to everyone, and then like nothing ever came of it.
Someday.
Craig says, I met Clint in a hardware store when I was 17. I didn't even know it was him until the clerk started talking. He was looking for a toilet float. Oh. Hyder says, don't judge me. I love watching the Golden Girls. True story, but I'm not soft. That's funny, right? How there's that meme about the Golden Girls and like the age of the characters on the show, right? and I believe like the oldest one, the gram or the mom, she was supposed to be like 60 or something maybe in the show, and then they showing pictures of like Jennifer Aniston and stuff, or whoever's like 60 today, and you're like, this is like completely not the same.
Yeah.
Surgery.
Yeah. Oh man, this I'm sure Jay. How about Archie Bunker? That would
There
not
you
make the
go.
airwaves
There you
today.
go. Man, there's no way.
Craig is it. Investor Lauren. My first thought was why, but I guess it's not much different than Coeur d'Alene. I like the sticks much better.
I like to ski, so I live at the base of the ski mountain here, and I also live at the base of a mountain bike trail that I ride every morning. So that's why I like it here.
All right. So Hyder says he'll be a field tester. John Litz also says I will be a beta tester. Lynn says
Oh, that's
property.
John. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What? Lynn also says Property Radar is also a PropStream competitor. And hey, Janelle is here. Hey, looks like she changed her logo on her YouTube. Chris Webb says Seinfeld, Saved by the Bell. Oh, yeah, all good ones. And oh yeah, TGI Fridays, right? What was that? Boy Meets World and all.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Urkel, right?
I
What
thought
was
that was a
Urkel?
restaurant.
Family Matters.
Well, you know, TGI Friday was a restaurant, yes. What was it? Oh, Family Matter, that's right. Craig. Oh, so Craig, if you are Harrison's also saying he's in, Joel. Craig, if you are still here, Lauren is asking where do you live? She can also just check the school and see. I don't know if he actually put where he in Idaho. Oh.
Yeah.
And like I was mentioning in the beginning, if you haven't heard daily financial news this morning, Zuber mentioned if you can do him a favor, his wife Olivia has started a YouTube channel, so please subscribe.
Are you sure it's the right one? I pulled it up, and there was like a lot of Chinese letters.
Yeah, that's his
Only two
wife.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, what's she gonna post
singing.
about though?
She's singing or she's making music. She's creating music, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be real estate related. My bad.
No. This I guess she's just putting this out there for her. And then where is it again? And if you need some merchandise or some cool stuff, this is Frank's new print on demand type of merchandise. You got coffee mugs, t-shirts. Go check it out. It's customizable. Let's see.
I got one thing, Mark.
Go ahead, man.
I got a book here.
Hold on. Let me flip your screen around real quick. There we go.
There you go. If you do any work on a house, I mean, most contractors should not need this, but I keep it for reference. This book is a very good book. It goes through literally 100% of anything to do with the property, and it's visual. I'm a visual person. Forget reading; it's not happening. But it has all the diagrams and pictures and things of houses, regardless of how old it is or how new it is, and it's up to date with codes, and it explains loads, spacings. How you should design things. It has, let me just find a perfect example right here. One second.
While you're looking for that, I'm just gonna. Craig says he's in Orofino, but I'm doing a rehab in Lewiston.
Yeah, and Chris just said he's in Lewiston now, so I'm like, maybe they know each other.
Yeah, Craig, maybe you can connect with with Chris Webb, but unfortunately, Chris Webb dropped out of school. I'll throw that out there and give him shit because he's like, yeah. But Big Val says Yasik is the modern day Archie Bunker. Yeah, I agree with that.
Jesus. Hey, James, do you know Sissy Carpenter, who's in Bristol area?
No. Bristol's about 4 hours away.
I know, but it's the same state, just saying.
Yeah, well, it's from the northeast southeast point of Tennessee to Memphis is longer than the distance from Tennessee to New York City.
Oh.
Whoa, it's a fun little fact.
That's like when there's a volcano on a different island and everyone starts messaging me if I'm okay. Nah. But I get it. Say, no,
So-
we are here. Oh, what is that?
Like this, it gives the examples of how high, like
Does that show the lady vacuuming?
but it shows how high the bottom of the cabinet should be for the vacuum to go underneath it.
Huh. Somebody's gonna say something about that. I'm sure.
I don't care.
Men are visual, women read. That's just how we're wired. Yeah. Craig is saying, Chris Webb, I'm less than a mile away from you. Craig is saying, we need to talk. My goal is to rent this house to. Oh yeah. Craig, I believe Chris is actually gonna be teaching at Lewis Clark. I think that's why he relocated there. So Chris used to be, well, Chris was all over. He was in Colorado at one point. He had a cookie store or cookie business that he sold. Then he was in Virginia, and then now he is in Idaho. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to say out there?
James, did you write that book?
No, I wish I was that smart.
Oh,
No, that's written by look here. The same people that did it's Fine Home Building. I don't know if you're
okay,
familiar with that.
cool.
Yeah, Joe and Lauren, you guys didn't even comment on did you guys even share that reel I tagged you guys in? The one about starting a podcast?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Thanks.
No. Oh,
Joe, just
Nope.
look back like 10 tags from me and then you'll find it.
yeah.
Janelle said canceled cable yesterday and switched cell service. Everything is bundled with Xfinity now. $250 in savings. Set up YouTube on TV for the kids and realized my profile pic can't be an alcoholic or drink. So that's it. Like I said, I knew her picture changed. So she changed her profile on her YouTube. Okay. Anything else? Lauren, did you connect with Matt from last week, or you thought you were going to be on
Yeah.
the channel? Okay, cool.
I did, and I sent him some commercial lenders in Florida, so hopefully that works out for him.
Joel, James, anything else you guys want to throw out there? James, so what's your thought? Like I said, we were kind of touching before we went live. I mean, what's your thoughts on school? You been what, 2 months now? 3 months?
Well, I would say 6 months, probably 6
6
months now. Yeah. I mean, I like it. It's definitely because I'm the type of person. I don't really watch the news. I don't have the radio on. The only people in my social network are the people that are subcontractors. I really don't know what's going on. I stay in my lane and I stay like this. So I believe if something's important, somebody will stop me and tell me, like if the world's ending or whatever. Otherwise, I just stay focused where I am.
No lanes on the road, right? Just
Yeah.
don't need it.
Don't look to
suggestions?
the side. Don't look to the side.
You plan to be in Vegas in January? Are you think you're gonna come out to Vegas?
Yeah,
and meet
yeah,
everyone?
yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Plan on doing Vegas and then probably renting a van or something and then going up towards Moab and doing all that.
Nice.
Very cool. Joe, I think did I cut you off? Sorry, were you gonna say something towards the or throw something out there before we wrap things up?
Oh, no.
When is your interview with Jeff and Saleka coming out? Is that gonna be a while? Or?
Sometime in June.
Oh, okay. Were you still going out to LA? Did you connect with Captain Waters and all that, or anybody to?
He's not going to be in town, but yeah, Jacob Turner, Lynn, and a couple other people, and Hugo.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, crazy, man. They got Myles Garrett, the Rams. That's nuts. You saw that?
Well, I did, and like now there's people out there pushing for Aaron Donald to come back, like Chris
Yeah.
Long and like a few other people.
Well,
Many
Aaron
people.
Donald's young. That's why he retired early, so he's still young. But yeah,
I mean, he should just come back just because. Like you've never had that type of a two-man punch on the line like that.
Well, we'll wrap it up then, since James kind of brought it up before we went live too. I'm not sure if Lauren, you've been following, maybe your boyfriend is, but Knicks Spurs. Who you got, Joel?
I'm rooting for the Knicks.
Knicks.
I don't know if they're gonna win, but I'm rooting for the Knicks.
I'm an underdog guy. Knicks.
Lauren, your boyfriend has any interest? Or
I don't even know what.
you played
Are we talking about
right?
basketball?
Yeah, you played basketball, right?
Yeah, I played basketball, but I don't know what you
Well,
guys are talking about.
We did figure out how to get under Gus's skin on yesterday's live stream, is to basically tell him that Jordan is better, or basically tell him anyone is better than LeBron. But he is a big LeBron fan.
He's LeBron.
Yeah, he is a LeBron.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, Gus. Do better.
Everybody's got a handicap.
You know, like if you tell Zuber he went on vacation or he got lucky, he gets all fired up. If you tell Gus that Jordan is better than LeBron, he starts getting all riled up. Oh, Harrison.
Nobody fears LeBron. Nobody fears him.
Harrison said Spurs. That's what I said too. Yeah, definitely. All right, it's always fun catching up with you guys. Wait, thoughts on bricks and minifigs? Huh? I don't know what he's asking.
Is that a TV show?
Huh? You know what that is, James?
Bricks. I don't know. Bricks build houses and minifigs make you regular. I don't know.
Yes.
Next week we will be my last one before I go to Japan. We will be with Alex Dutter. He just closed kind of recently on 2 duplexes on 1 lot, and he's also just he just got one of his properties under a sober living contract. So that is a route he is direction he's going in, and I think it's also more like a passion thing for him. Because I think I don't know if you want to say he was an alcoholic, or maybe he drank quite a bit, but he hasn't had a drink in, I think he said 5 or 6 years. So I think the sober living could be kind of like a passion project for him. But he did get it just leased up as a sober living home.
Good job.
Let me just see. New scandal on YouTube about Legos. Oh, that's what it is. Brixton, I gotta go check it out then to stay up to date. And I just want to remind everyone, I still will be streaming with Coach Nick on Saturday. Bitcoin has not gone to zero, but the weekly Bitcoin wrap up will still be there on Saturday. I don't know what I know. It was like at 66K or something.
What's your guys'
Time to
take
buy.
on rates come Fed meeting in a couple weeks?
You tell us, man. You're the low.
Yeah.
That's your department.
I mean, I know loans, but I mean, it's just a guess. I mean, I think they're going to make a cut, but I don't know.
Well,
They
anybody
should make a
want to?
cut.
Well, there's a difference between should it or will they. Well, I mean, I basically go a lot off of what Zuber talks about on the daily financial news. That would be probably a lot of the direction that I would lean towards. And he's pretty much not counting on any rate cuts where we're at. Yeah.
I think we'll be no cuts for the rest of the year.
Why? So Joe, on that point, why do you think they're going to rate cut, or why do you feel they're going to rate cut?
There's a video or an interview that Kevin Marsh did about a month ago, and he talks about that AI having synergy and economies of scale and efficiencies and blah, blah, blah could be disinflationary, and that basically signaling that to get ahead of that they would lower rates at some point.
So are they trying to sell fear
I don't know.
or optimism?
I mean, in that context, optimism.
Okay.
Because if AI is what they think it could be in terms of disinflationary, right? Then you're going to want to cut rates because there's going to be so much expansion, so much growth, etc.
in that near future, you think though?
I don't know what's near. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the
So
thing, I
that
don't
I
know.
think that's, I mean, if we're talking in the um like that, even that Jerry Seinfeld meme, right? Like about AI. We created it, but we don't really even know if we need it yet. Like no one, like everyone's using it, everyone's spending all this money on it, but what is it actually doing yet for a lot of companies, right? And the cost of it, right? So they're putting all this money into it, but yet has there really been that much benefit from AI yet, right? So I feel like for this year, I don't know if AI is going to make that much of a difference for this year. Maybe in the future, but for a rate cut this year. But as like anything, I think the Iran conflict is really what's going to determine maybe how this year plays out and how that uh, direction goes in. And as we see, it's kind of off and on every other day or every week or so, right? So that's going to have a big impact on things right now. Yeah, Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany's here. Tiffany is. She's. I don't know if she's in Tennessee. I know she invests in Alabama. I forget where Tiffany's actually, but she has no cut too soon. Um, Chris Webb, Craig, get my number from Chris. Yeah. Let's see. Gus says LeBron better than Curry, to poke at you, Joel. And
Hey,
then
just the fact that you want to include that in the conversation, I'm okay with.
Chris
I'm
Webb
okay with.
says Bird. Oh, this is a Bird is better than LeBron. Oh,
LeBron.
sorry, LeBrick. He called LeBron LeBrick.
I take offense to that because LeBron's one of the most clutch players. If you look at the statistics, he ain't bricking on last second shots at least.
Wait, Hyder saying James with the question, what are they selling? I'm not sure what he's.
They're selling whatever you want. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
I might know somebody.
All right. Always fun catching up on Wednesday. Like I said, Alex Dutter will be here next week, and then I'll be off to Japan for a few weeks. All right. John Litt says, "Be nice to your AI overlords. New Fed chief gonna try for rate cut, but rest going to fight him on it. Yeah, big nothing burger. Won't matter if they cut. Mortgage rates will probably rise. Okay. Well, everyone, it's always fun. James, thanks for doing this.
Sure.
Thanks for
Enjoyed
all
it.
the support. I always see you in the chat section. Everyone, thanks for tuning in today. I'll be back Friday with Emily, and yeah, Gus and I will probably have to do a basketball live stream Monday and have a debate on that. But Lauren, thanks for jumping on, even though you have to. Oh, what? So you have to go to Home Depot for something, right? Is that a project or what? I didn't read the whole message.
Oh, no, I was getting a delivery from Home Depot. They're delivering some appliances
Oh, okay.
and they were doing the install. So they were making me sign off on it.
Always something, right?
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see everyone on